Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make them bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
Ooh, there you go, Francis. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, beautiful left hook. Francis Ngannou just knocked down freaking Tyson Fury. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Stay on him, Francis. Stay on him. Guys, this past weekend, yesterday, the fight between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, I'll be quite honest with you guys, I thought it was just one big gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I thought the Saudi prince, the Saudi king, they were bringing out all these celebrities, and it was just going to be pretty much a boxing overkill to kind of demonstrate what is it that boxing could do to a mixed martial artist that has great hands in the sport of mixed martial arts. But what it really turned out to be, it turned out to be a spectacle. I mean, you had Ronaldo there. You had Mike Tyson. They're the biggest names in combat sports. You had McGregor there. You had Roberto Duran, Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto. I mean, that's if you want to go to a place in the whole world, where is it that the who's who is at? They were at the Francis Ngannou Tyson Fury fight. And guess what, guys? That brings a lot of eyeballs. What am I trying to say here? Who is it that won? Let's start it off there. Going into that fight, I had the 10. I do believe it's 5-5. You know, 5 rounds apiece. The only difference was Francis Ngannou's 10-8 rounds should really leverage him in order for him to literally kind of get that decision. I mean, did anybody expect Francis Ngannou to be so good with his composure, with his defense, what he was able to do with the times that he did, that he was able to catch a guy like Tyson Fury, really like cock him back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of surprises that were taken into this place, and I almost feel like a lot of people lost a lot of money, according to, because it's almost like, how do you gauge a fight with the mixed martial artist and now a boxer? But I think now we somewhat know. You know, did Tyson Fury take Francis Ngannou lightly? You know, was he just out there kind of rope-a-doping, you know, just dancing, moving, sticking the jab as he was, you know, seeing all that blubber kind of flap around? Or was he really out there to really take this dude out? You know, because I can tell you one thing, Francis Ngannou was there to fight. He didn't throw as much, and I think it was a good game plan by the team, just for the simple fact that if Francis Ngannou throws too much, he's gonna get tired. You're gonna get burned with the 10-ounce glove that which they have in boxing for the heavyweights. It's different. You cannot treat it the same. So that being said, looking into this fight now, am I mad that Tyson Fury got the decision? A little bit, but not really, because there was not necessarily something super decisive to be able to say, he got robbed. Do I believe Francis Ngannou should have been the winner? Yeah. But you got those 3 judges. But at the same time, are the people in boxing protecting the sport of boxing to be able to give this Usyk Tyson Fury another matchup? Because what happens when the MMA guy wins? You know what it does to boxing? It hurts it. It elevates the sport a lot more. I mean, I sometimes I feel that there's like a boxer at time could have a better chance at winning in MMA because it starts on the feet than the MMA guy actually going to boxing. But the tables were flipped in this situation with Tyson Fury, and what is it that Francis Ngannou was able to do? I mean, how many of you guys are actually surprised with Francis Ngannou's composure? You know, didn't react to Tyson Fury's punches, didn't cock back. Like if there's anywhere where I feel like Tyson Fury could take notes with Francis Ngannou, is do not show any of, you know what I mean? Like Tyson Fury was just moving his head back, cocking his shit back. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. And I think that there's one thing that Francis did very well in that fight is he was patient. He had his composure set in place, which is something like for his first professional fight to go against the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. That says a lot. You know, 5-5 going into the 10th, but who is it? I do believe that in that 3rd round, with Francis Ngannou getting that knockdown, he wins by 1 round. And so I do believe that 1 out of the 2 judges literally had it right. You know, it's almost like, man, it's almost like shame on. I've read a bunch of quotes. I think it was Eddie Hearn that said, you know, it was this almost kind of hurt boxing, but it was a spectacle. And he's absolutely right. But at the same time, I just believe that now with this fight going the way that it actually went, especially now that Sean O'Malley is chirping with David Haney, that fight could potentially happen. Especially now with Conor McGregor and Canelo Alvarez chirping in each other's, getting each other's, Twitter X now, and that fight could potentially happen. I mean, this is a situation where Dana White, if I'm Dana White, ladies and gentlemen, they might want to bald up. You see all this nice hair. Let's just say that I'm Dana White. Besides me being damn good looking, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about exiting out from Power Slap, and I'm thinking about getting into pretty much crossing over mixed martial arts to boxing. You know why? Because what Saudi Arabia showed us? That there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of eyeballs in this next event. That whatever takes place, I do believe that McGregor's already talking to Pocket about potentially, having a fight with him. Money talks. Dana, follow the money. You have the players, you have these guys, you're going to be able to kind of cross-promote. You've always wanted to get into boxing. Well, now's your shot. Now, on the flip side, or what could hurt mixed martial arts, is these MMA guys not getting beat up. Will it always be a Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou situation where these guys are going to be able to be controversial, where you can say, hey, man, the MMA guy maybe won. So I tell you what, guys, if you really put a guy in like Canelo Alvarez against Conor McGregor, Canelo Alvarez within a one round, if he really desires to, he will punch out Conor McGregor's lights out. But that being said, I think Canelo might be in. I think he might be in on it. Canelo has never talked about Jake Paul. Now he's kind of bringing up these names. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say here today, guys, what is that the Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou fight did to us? It opened a whole bunch of doors for a whole lot of people to make a whole lot of money. What you got for me, Matthew?
So obviously, it was a very close fight. Do you want to see a rematch between Fury and Ngannou?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to see another rematch. And I think this time I'm going to attend the event. I got to call up Prince Khalid. We've texted. I'm friends with him, at least through social media. He's a good dude. Obviously, he's really close with Uncle Mike. I think maybe we'll take the whole damn crew. You guys trying to go to Saudi Arabia? We can shoot out there, but 100%. I think the amount of money that these people pumped into the event was absolutely something that you've never seen like before. Unless it was a Mayweather pocket, but I almost felt like all the celebrities came out, with Ronaldo being one of them, with former champs and champs. Like, they did a really good job of bringing in all the legends and treating the whole event almost kind of like the Super Bowl. Was there a lot of money spent? Yeah, but when you have genie money like the Saudi Arabians, you can do anything.
So this obviously didn't look great for Tyson Fury. Going into his fight now with Alexander Usyk, what do you think is going to happen with that?
First of all, I've never saw Tyson Fury as, to me, in my eyes, I think there's a few boxers that could take him out, and one of them is actually Usyk. Ever since I saw Usyk beat Joshua, or even prior to Joshua, I hadn't even called. I said, this dude's gonna beat him. This Ukrainian is a former Olympic champ, multiple-time amateur world champ. Like, this guy really knows the sweet science of actual boxing. I almost feel like the Tyson Furies are kind of becoming the Kardashians. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're these, somewhat these guys that have a little bit of talent, but they're probably kind of fluffed up a lot by the media, like Tommy Fury. And then obviously his brother has done some amazing things. He beat Klitschko, but obviously Klitschko was on his damn way out. What Klitschko was able to do prior to all these guys coming in, it doesn't. Tyson Fury getting that victory. And I'm necessarily not trying to hate of any sort, but that's the biggest win of his career against an old Vitaly Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? Vitaly Klitschko on his way out. But I think that fight with Usyk, I think Usyk gets it done. But I also think that the Furies are going to go back and look at everything, but like, no, we're not going to fight. We're not going to take the fight in December. Business-wise, it's the right decision because he is going to need time against a freaking animal like that. But boxing-wise, it hurts the sport just a little bit more.
So, can you describe kind of what this did for Francis Ngannou's level of star power and what he can do possibly going forward now with his career?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Who's the winner out of all of this? You know who it is? His name is Francis Ngannou. Even though he didn't get his hand raised, even though he didn't get that victory according to 2 judges, but the fact that this fight was a split decision win, this has elevated Francis Ngannou to a whole nother level. And I do believe that PFL invested a lot of money on Francis Ngannou. And I think people coming in, the eyeballs, everybody from this event that we just saw with in Saudi Arabia is not going to tune in to watch the guy with the craziest, with the most power in probably striking history. So I do believe that this puts Francis Ngannou in a position to where if this fight does take place again, or if he does, once his contract runs out with PFL, there's still that big fight with the man, the myth, the legend, John Jones Bones. So this video is brought to you by the one and only Jimmy Bar, the gluten-free bar that is out of stores and out of Walmarts nationwide. That's right, guys. So you guys are struggling to make weight like Calvin Costello, you guys make sure to go to jimmybars.com and get your damn Jimmy on.